What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse? This is the Marvelous Wave, and today we have some interesting updates concerning Tobey Maguire and his appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home, as well as something that the actor made very clear before reprising his role as Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, and a strange request that he had concerning the story of Spider-Man No Way Home and the story of the Sam Raimi trilogy. Let's go ahead and break it all down here. Before we get into it though, we are giving away another Spider-Man Far From Home hot toy. To enter to win, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and then follow the rest of the very simple rules in the comments down below in order to successfully enter. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it and what Tobey Maguire has said about why he returned to Spider-Man No Way Home and the request that he made concerning his return. This comes directly from the screenwriters from Spider-Man No Way Home, Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, who comment about input that both Andrew and Tobey gave to No Way Home, making it true to the films that they participated in so many years ago. This comes from MCU Direct. Summers expressed how both actors had plenty of input on where their Spider-Man have gone since their solo movies, which helped the writing team bring them back the right way. Andrew and Tobey both had thoughts, and it was really interesting and helpful to see their thoughts. No one knows the characters as well as they do, or gives as much thought to the characters as they do. They have to embody Peter Parker, and they have to sell it. It's always valuable to hear the actor and what they're thinking. It definitely shaped what we did in No Way Home. McKenna followed up by praising the great ideas both actors had, which elevated what the team behind No Way Home was going for as their heroes helped Tom Holland's journey to be the best Spider-Man he could be. They had great ideas that really elevated everything we were going for and added layers and an arc that we really actually started honing into the idea that these two guys were really helping Tom's Peter on his journey to becoming who he ends up being in the end. There's a crucial morale moment that they help him get through in the climax of the movie. So much that was brought by Tobey and Andrew's ideas and shaping what they thought their characters could bring to this story. Originally, the writers wanted to make things very clear and specific. Quote, "We've got to make them each very specific. As writers, we kept saying, where are the characters in their lives? How have they come into the movie? Whereas Tobey, we're not de-aging him. He's a guy who was 43 who was entering this movie. We wanted to be true to the characters in those movies, really having conversations about specifying where they are without giving too much away, not coming in, spilling all the beans. You just wanted to have little hints of what was going on without it being all this exposition and fan service. Tobey wanted to be very minimal about how much you know. Very, very minimal. Tobey especially has come through that darkness. Tobey made it very clear that they didn't want too much story to be told post Spider-Man 3 concerning his Spider-Man, wanting to have the trilogy stand on its own, but for this to very much reflect Tom Holland's story, with Tobey Maguire and the writers making it very clear that they did not want to do too much fan service, really focusing more on Tom Holland's Spider-Man rather than Tobey's Spider-Man and catching up with him, which is exactly what they did with Andrew Garfield as well. They didn't want to go in and reveal a lot of the events that have occurred, which I think was a very intriguing and wise writing decision, and it's great that both Tobey and Andrew had the opportunity to shape their characters and what they've been through without coming outright and saying what they've been through. In a way, they didn't want to steal the show and take away the role of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He does briefly talk about his future with Mary Jane and how they made it work, as well as talks about his past with Uncle Ben. But even the backstory that we get from the Raimi trilogy isn't highlighted very much at all here, which apparently was very much intentional both from the writers as well as from Tobey Maguire, which again I think is a wonderful decision on both of the actors' behalves, and I love that Sony actually wanted them involved in the writing process, as Andrew and Tobey know these characters better than anybody else, which I think was ultimately a phenomenal decision. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on this, and what are your thoughts on how Tobey Maguire wanted his Spider-Man to be portrayed in No Way Home? And how do you feel about the ultimate portrayal that we got and the active writing decision not to delve too much into the backstory of the previous two iterations of Peter Parker? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for supporting and watching the channel. It really does mean the world to me and it helps out a great deal. Your continued support of this post No Way Home journey means the world to me, and I hopefully will catch you guys in the next video. As always, my friends, hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and I hope you guys have a great day.